Farles and Gibbs. AJ here with RG. RG, we got a great game ahead of us, Canes versus Trueboy. Both these guys picked up W's in their first games of this Group C. Of course, simultaneously, we'll be checking in on that Jet Steel versus Dub.W game. A lot of stuff on the line in these second games, in the middle games of these group stages. So let's see what happens as Canes kicks off to Trueboy. Trueboy skunking Jet Steel in his first game, 28-0. Canes in those Vikings uniforms, Trueboy in the white Patriots.
This is going to be an interesting game, and if you're Canes, this is a moment you're waiting for. You have a chance to get a lot of momentum, AJ, and prove to everybody that you really are one of the best in the world. Trueboy has a ton of momentum right now, probably all the momentum in the tournament, and Canes could just take it all from him by getting this W and going 2-0 in this group. This is a huge opportunity for Canes in his Madden career. He wants to prove he's the best in the world. This is going to take him a step closer if he's able to knock off the killer that is Trueboy, who just skunked one of the favorites of this bracket.
Every game starts with zeros in both columns, though, so it's a fresh start for both of these guys. Le'Veon Bell with the handoff for Trueboy. Plenty of space. He's got one man to beat right now. He does it with the juke. Unbelievable. He's into the end zone. Le'Veon Bell. He's going to give us the fist pump. Fantastic run there by Le'Veon Bell, and Trueboy is on the board first, making a statement with that run.
Oh my goodness, the stick work on that run was insane, AJ. We've seen people not run the ball that effectively so far, especially in the open field. It's hard to make people miss, and Trueboy had Kane's defender just looking bamboozled right there. That stick work was phenomenal, and I don't think Trueboy liked my whole comments about, this is Kane's opportunity. Trueboy still feels this is his opportunity.
Trueboy averaged almost 100 yards per game, which is pretty good in a game of Madden. It's 5-minute quarters against really good competition.
Really
I think that run, we may have an early contender for the top 5 plays of day 2 here at the Madden Bowl. That was an incredible run there by Le'Veon Bell.
If that's not a moment of the game, I'll leave.
Man of the month, Le'Veon Bell. He spent 55 cap on that. We talk about that, RG, how important that running back position is, especially when you're making jukes out in the open field like that.
Yeah,
this time, it is another good running back in Ricky Williams. We saw Canes break off a long run of his own with Ricky in the last game.
One thing I'm going to be interested about, and Gibbs had a great point talking about this at the analyst desk, AJ, is how Trueboy's going to keep mixing up that defense and disguising those pressures. He did a phenomenal job against Jet with it. Let's see if he can do the same thing against Canes.
Nice little dump off pass to Randy Moss, who makes his way out of bounds after the possession. He picks up the first down. So Kane starts fresh here on first and 10.
And this is what Gibbs was talking about. That guy and that guy. You don't know which one what side the pressure's coming through. You know it's either one of those corners is blitzing, both of them is blitzing, but it's a guessing game, and it makes you pay attention to that at the snap and can make you late on your progressions. Great job of disguising this defense.
Both guys running the ball well so far. Out of this gun formation. This time Rodgers is going to pass. He's got a little bit of time. He completes it to Deion Sanders. RG, explain to me why, and some of those new to Madden Ultimate Team, why we're seeing Deion Sanders on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, Deion Sanders used to play offense a little bit for the Cowboys, and there's 2 versions of his item in the game. You can get a Deion Sanders item that plays cornerback, which we've seen people blitzing with a lot, but you can also get the version of him that plays wide receiver, and a lot of these guys have both of those versions on their team. They have, and you have to pay separate cap for them. You got to pay 54 cap for your Deion on defense, and you also need to pay cap for him on offense. So it's 2 separate items. It's not a one package take all type of deal,
So multiple decisions to have Deion Sanders in the lineup. This salary cap ranked mode. So we're looking at 3rd and inches now on the 40-yard line here for Canes. Have to imagine how he's running the ball. He will be able to pick this up.
He decides on 3rd and inches.
Big pass. And that is Jimmy Graham, who hangs on to it despite the hit stick.
And sometimes, you know, it's scary to throw on 3rd and inches, but sometimes those are the best situations to pass the ball. When you know your opponent's playing the run, looking for the run, sometimes you can hit them off with a big pass play. Kane's kept it conservative and got the drag route, but nonetheless, I like the decision.
Nice run here by Aaron Rodgers as he slides just shy of the first down marker.
All the players that have been here, they all said, you know what, Kane's is really good. He gets a lot of respect from his peers, and you're seeing it right now. The way he's stepping up in the pocket, the way he's making reads, this is high-level Madden, AJ. Just watch, if he passes the ball right here, watch the way he steps up with Aaron Rodgers. It's phenomenal. He's going to run the ball, obviously. But next time he passes, try to take a look at that. The way he's stepping up is buying him the time he needs to get those routes open. And then he'll also recognize the blitz from the left and immediately start rolling out to right to create himself time. His stick work with Aaron Rodgers so far has been phenomenal.
We see Kane's and Trueboy right there on screen in the pip cam. Big pressure there from the left side from Trueboy as he cringes a little bit. He thought he got to the quarterback, but nice job by Kane's getting the ball out.
Yeah, and the ball out, and that's another thing we talked about. If it's not open or you can't get away, don't force anything. Live to fight another day. Click in that right stick and throw the ball away. That's high-level Madden right there by Kane's.
Rodgers
look at that.
Has time in the pocket, looking over the middle, but it's intercepted.
It's cross!
And a huge interception there by Trueboy. That changes this momentum that Kane had on offense. He decides to throw it over the middle, and he is just punished by Trueboy right there, who takes over at the 12.
Oh, that was rough, and those are those 50-50 balls we talk about, AJ. It's always risky. You want to get to the big target, but when you got defenders, legends like Paul Krause out there, you need to be careful, and Trueboy's defense continues to look phenomenal.
So Trueboy now 2nd and 7 on the 15. Russell Wilson tries to get the ball out. He does get it out. It's going to be an incomplete pass as his arm was in motion trying to throw the ball. Just in time, Deion Sanders bringing the heat right there on 2nd down.
Yep, it's Deion right there in that little nickel spot. He's just causing all types of havoc. That 95 speed, the offensive line is just not able to pick him up. He's coming way too fast. It's just so obvious that that's who he's blitzing every time. Unlike Trueboy, Kane's isn't really mixing it up. He's making it obvious that it's that Deion Sanders is the one that's going to be coming, as you see right there. A little motion to pick it up. That blitz is picked up right there. That's good. Good read right there by True, and he just continues to look phenomenal on both offense and defense, making all the appropriate adjustments that you need to make, eh?
A good little run there by Trueboy, though, who picks up another 1st down. He is making great adjustments because we saw Kane's just wreaking havoc on Duby in his last game with that blitz. Handoff to Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell brought down at about the line of scrimmage.
That Le'Veon Bell has been phenomenal for Trueboy. And an interesting fact is Trueboy is the only one that's rocking that Le'Veon Bell item on his team. Nobody else has Bell on their team at halfback. And Trueboy got him on there, and he's putting in work, but unfortunately abandoned the run and now has himself in a situation, eh?
With that, RG, let's take a live look in at our other game here in a minute. Right now we got Trueboy leading Kane 7-0 after the interception. 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 here going into the 2nd quarter. What does Kane's have to do on defense? He needs a big interception. He's got that Anthony Barr he picked off.
Got to get off the field on 3rd and 15 right here, I'll tell you that much, eh?
Using Anthony Barr again on defense. Trueboy rolling right with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson looking, finds Larry Fitzgerald, who has space.
Gosh, what a
nice
playmaker!
Little run.
Oh my goodness!
Almost has the tackle battle win too. Trueboy can't believe how well he's playing, and Kane's, I don't know, that he seems a little frustrated, but it was a good, you know, you got to get more pressure on him when he's rolling out, and that's why you go get Russell Wilson, who has a little speed. All these guys like to use a quarterback who they're able to scramble with a little bit, especially when you're bringing those cornerback blitzes.
Yep, that's exactly right, and that's the benefit of having yourself a Russell Wilson. And, and one thing, we talk about it being salary cap. the faster your quarterback is. Speed's something that's taken into consideration when they talk about cap value. Russell Wilson is a very expensive quarterback. I believe he's about 55 cap. So you're spending a good portion of your salary just to get that mobility with the accuracy of Russell Wilson. But working out for him so far, right?
Pistol handoff to Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell brought down at the 45-yard line. So 3rd and 3 here. Now at the 45 for Trueboy, who's running the ball well. Both these guys are going to have shorter games with the way they are running the ball compared to some of the guys we saw yesterday who throw the ball almost every down.
Yeah, one of my keys to the game that I had when I was putting my notes down for this matchup specifically, let him throw that first down. One of my keys was when you observe their rosters, these two have spent some of the most cap on their running backs. Trueboy with the Le'Veon Bell and Kane's with that beast, Ricky Williams. That's a lot of cap on those guys, and you need to establish the run if you're going to, spend that much of your cap value on a player like that. So far, Trueboy putting Bell to work, but we haven't seen a whole lot from Ricky Williams yet on Kane's. He hasn't had too many opportunities, and speaking of Le'Veon,
another nice run there by Le'Veon Bell, and with that, we're going to check in with Tyler for a Madden game break.
Thanks, guys. Big news. Jet Steel is up 10-0 over Duby with an Aaron Rodgers 14-yard touchdown pass to David Johnson for the touchdown. Guys, Jet Steel has scored some points.
All right, so Jet Steel up 10-0. He's going to need a lot more to make up for that 28-0 loss in his first game to Trueboy, but he's on the right track.
He's definitely on the right track. One thing I think that helped him out a little bit is Rico ended up picking Duby in that game. And anytime Rico picks against you,
let's not forget that.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I mean, the stats are what they are, right? I'm only going off the data here.
Rico's flip-flopping worse than a politician right now with those picks. He had somebody. He had Trueboy early, and then he takes Jet Steel early, and then when that didn't work out for him, he switches it to Duby. I agree with you. You gotta stick with what got you there, which isn't much for Rico, but we'll check in with him later. Right now, Trueboy driving up the field methodically here as we approach the 2-minute warning.
He's just controlling this game, This is flying. He's got a little chew clock on, and we're already at the 2-minute warning of this second quarter. Trueboy has just been in complete control. Kane's has had one possession, and that's it. That's got to be frustrating if you're Kane's. Trueboy doing a fantastic job of keeping them up off the field and putting together prolific drives, picking up first downs.
I formation here. Following the 2-minute warning, all the timeouts remaining for these guys. Le'Veon Bell has the carry. Kane calls that first timeout of his.
This is a 3rd and 9 situation where if you're Trueboy, you need to be careful. Don't do anything too crazy. Like we talk about all the time, you need to make sure you get a field goal out of this possession to make it two possessions. It's really important. I would look for him to attack the back of the end zone right now. You got to watch out for this deep middle of the field to one of those tight ends or Mike Evans deep back here if you're Kane's.
Russell Wilson finding Le'Veon Bell. Good read, good reception as he cuts it back upfield. And Kane's will have to use his last timeout, holding Trueboy to a field goal attempt here.
If you're Kane's, you're still in this game. You're down 10-0, you're down 2 possessions. But remember, there's 1:47 left. You have plenty of time to go down the field, get yourself some points, and you get the ball at halftime, which could put you in control of the game. This is a huge possession right here for Kane. He's going to have to stand up for himself, but Trueboy has been making that very difficult with the way he's been playing defense and mixing up his play calling.
So Deion Sanders waving for the fair catch in the end zone. Kane takes over at the 25-yard line. He was running the ball and moving the ball very well against Trueboy on his first possession, but like I said, both these guys like to run the ball, and of course you kind of have to run the ball when they're sending that pass blitz so well, but it gives you essentially less possessions in a ball game when you're chewing up more clock.
Yep, absolutely.
You're not stopping the clock as much as when you're throwing the ball. So we'll see how that factors into this, but right now Kane's working with very little time here. He's got to throw the ball a little bit here if he wants to score before the half. And Trueboy calls a timeout because he doesn't like what he sees from Kane's offense formation.
Kane's audibling around at the line of scrimmage, doing his best Peyton Manning impression, went to a 5-wide look. Trueboy didn't like what he saw, and like we said, used the timeouts in the first half. You can't take them with you.
Tight shotgun set, and Trueboy's going to jump off sides. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty, so 2nd and 3 now. Back to that same formation as Kane's. He audibles out of it and sends Randy Moss outright. Aaron Rodgers under center. Play action to Ricky Williams. He has time before somebody breaks loose. Herman Moore almost holds on to it, but he can't do it. Incomplete pass, forcing 3rd and 3.
Big situation for Kane's. It's just a huge drive. He's going to have to stand up for himself right here. Hey, this is big for Kane's. You do not want to give Trueboy the ball back in this half with enough time to put a drive together without getting any type of points. Pocket presence. Everything's covered.
Looking deep, though. He has a man at the sideline. That's Herman Moore, but he can't get both feet in. So it's going to be a 4th and 3. Kane's goes right back to that offensive playbook on his own 32. RG, is this a good decision going for it right now?
This is it. I think he needs to get points. It's a good decision if he can get the first down. If not, you know we're going to be questioning it. That's what it all comes down to, is the execution. This is big right here if you're Kane's and you want to keep yourself back into this game.
Herman Moore, Randy Moss, Jimmy Graham, Deion Sanders lined up at wide receiver. Aaron Rodgers rolling, throwing into coverage, and it is picked off by Trueboy.
He had 3 people open, and he threw to the guy that was covered. Kane's, is the nerves getting to him, or is Trueboy just being that dominant? Oh my gosh, Trueboy is an animal right now, eh?
Seemed like he was dedicated, just wouldn't check down off of that route. He throws it into coverage, throws the interception. So Kane's will use his last time out to try and save any potential time. Trueboy has intercepted the ball, we see right there, 4 times today.
Remember, Trueboy went 3-0 in his group last time, and he's looking like he's on track to do that again, with the way that he's playing here.
Trueboy definitely making a name for himself in this tournament right now here at Madden Bowl. We are out at the ESPN Wide World of Sports in Orlando, right here on the Disney Complex, RG. We got a crowd out here watching the games. Excited to see who moves on to Houston next week. Home of the Super Bowl, home of Super Bowl 51, where your New England Patriots will be playing. It appears Trueboy is a Patriots fan, or at least he is in those uniforms right now. They're working out for him as he throws a dot to Brandon Cooks.
I don't think Trueboy liked those comments earlier in the broadcast about there not being a dominant player that's emerged so far, because he's making me eat my words right now. This kid has just been completely dominant, and I think another thing worth bringing up is we're about to have played 6 quarters of Madden football, and he's yet to let up a point. It's a big deal, eh? That's serious business, dog.
That defense is just incredible right now for Trueboy, like you said, as he hands the ball off to Le'Veon Bell. It looks like he might be willing to just kick another field goal.
And I don't agree with that, I don't agree with that. You're already up 2 possessions. This is shot play time. You want to go up 17. If you're Trueboy, I think you need to go for the gusto here and take a shot or 2 into the end zone and really put Kansas back up against the ropes.
He's going to run it with Russell Wilson. He might have space. He fumbles it, though. Just like that, he fumbles it and turns it over.
Right when I talk about going for the glory, he goes for the glory and it comes back to bite him. I'm sorry, True. Look at him. He puts his head down, the emotion. He knows he was away, just a yard away from taking complete control, but now he lets Kane's right back into the game, which is not something you want to do, because this kid is the real deal and he will get himself back into this game. That was huge, eh?
Look out for this play. He decides to sneak. He takes a safety.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
And Trueboy can just laugh now.
They're just laughing it off. You never see that.
It was about as conservative a play call as you could make. Just quarterback sneak to try and give yourself a little extra space and not take a safety. But he gives up another 2 points. Canes can't believe it. What a crazy turn of events there in the first half.
when things are
So
going...
he takes a 12-0 lead here into the half, RG.
Yeah, and when things are going your way, they're going your way, AJ. A free 2 points? Oh my, that was insane. I've never seen that happen. I've been calling games, not calling games, but I've been attending Madden tournaments for over a decade. I don't think I've ever seen that,
As we jump into this second game, Jet Steel up 13-0 over Duby. Goal line chance for Duby, who throws it into the back of the end zone on first down, incomplete. But he's trying to put some points on the board before the half.
Interesting. And it's been an interesting situation about these two guys. This is their first time ever meeting at this competition. They knew they were in a group play. Usually those guys, you know, they give each other mean mugs, they avoid each other. These guys have been hanging out, having a good time, and kind of built a relationship against each other. But they said, hey, once we get on the sticks, it's going to be war, and it's going to be a battle. And as we see right now, Duby looking to make this a very interesting game if he could get 6 right here.
Might have been a free play there, as there's a flag on the play. Offsides.
Just needs a yard. You just need a yard. But he has no timeouts. That's what's making it awkward for him, eh? The no timeouts, as you see right there, he has nothing. So he can't run the ball and not get into the end zone without the time running out. So that's awkward, only being on the 1 yard line, where you're kind of in a situation where you need to pass the ball. Usually you'd want to run here, but you just can't do it. It's too risky.
Let's see if he tries to scramble with Randall Cunningham. You know Jet Steel's going to be bringing the blitz. Cunningham looking, terrible pass into the stands.
And Jet just
talking
signaled
a little
at him.
trash to each other.
Yeah, as I turn over there and watch him, Jet just signaled at him like, you know what, take your 3, because he just got locked up. I think with 5 seconds, I think he had enough chance to get enough time to get another a pass off right there. It's interesting to see him take the 3 and not go for another shot before that. I don't know if I'm bugging enough, but that seems really weird to me, eh?
So it looks like Duby is going to squib this one to Jet Steel. He picks it up, brought down, and that ends the first half there. We will be back with more of this game, but first we got to throw it to Drea. She's got a halftime interview.
Yes, guys, I'm with Kane's Trueboy continuing his pattern of aggressive defense. How can you get more out of drives offensively in the second half?
Well, I just got to make better reads, run the ball more, but I'm not even mad. Like, a lot of stuff has gone not my way, and I'm not even mad about it, like, guys. I feel like I can still easily win the game. I overthrew the touchdown to Jimmy Graham, and then he got a big run, and then those are the biggest plays, and I don't know. I feel like I'll still win the game.
Okay, still confident that you're still going to win the game. So what's the #1 biggest adjustment that's going to put you over the top in the second half?
He is playing pretty good offensively, so I do need to slow him down. He's moving up the field pretty quickly, so I do got to play better on D.
Okay, well, there's a lot of confidence here with Kane's. Let's send it to Tyler and the guys.
All right, thanks, Dre. He's going to need that confidence in the second half, because let me tell you, folks, Trueboy 40, rest of the field 0. Hasn't given up a point today. The defense that he is playing is unparalleled. We haven't seen it this entire week. And when luck's on your side, you're going to be doing okay, getting that safety there at the end. Quarles, let's go through these highlights.
Everything is on the side of Trueboy right now. He's even got the Mac Jr. moment with this long Le'Veon Bell 78-yard touchdown run. The juke was on point, put him up 7-0 in that first quarter. Trueboy then went back to the defensive well. He refused to give up points. Interception right there. Aaron Rodgers, errant throw, a little bit long there. Kraus grabs it. It led in the second quarter to another Trueboy user interception after the field goal, 10-0. Great lockdown defense in the middle. He grabs that. He fortunately for Kane's finally started to get some momentum. A Russell Wilson fumble, but obviously we had the safety situation right here. It makes it 12-0 going in. The folks on this panel are saying maybe he could have punted, maybe he could have kicked a field goal. Just a slight miscalculation and another fortunate bounce, that luck factor for Trueboy.
That was so cringe-worthy watching that safety. You're like, oh my God, wait, he's not going to get out. I feel bad for Kane's on that one. But Trueboy is playing amazing defense. I've lost count of how many picks he's had today. He's getting close to almost double digits, I believe. And I mean, he's not even done yet. This is only the first half. Let's take a look now at the other game that we have for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jet Steele found his way onto the scoreboard.
Jet Steele needed those points. It was super important for him to get out to a big one. He grabs a lucky interception, already up 3 in that one. In the second quarter, he gets a David Johnson pass. He also had another forced hit over the middle. Duby trying to get down in this one. Could not punch it in, though. Jet Steele told him to take his 3 in a wise move, listening to the veteran. It's 13-3 at the half in that one in favor of Jet Steele.
Yeah, Jet Steele really needed to get the points, and now it looks like he's going to get a W with the way that he's playing right now. You know, this guy is really a character, and our very own Rico Williams actually got to sit down with him earlier and get to know each other a little bit, and we learned a lot about who Jet Steele is.
I have the wonderful opportunity of being here with none other than Jet Steele. Jet, you've been in the Madden community, which seems like forever. Talk about some of the differences from when you first got in to now.
It's mainstream now, you know. 2006, that's when I first started playing. Even though it was big back then, it's nowhere near the atmosphere it is today. We're at the Pro Bowl in Orlando. It's amazing.
Now, a lot of times people always talked about the girlfriend curse. You were one of the people that brought your girlfriend, who's now your wife and now the mother of your children. How have you found playing Madden as a single guy to now as the head of a household?
It's definitely hard. It's definitely hard. I'm not your average gamer. I don't get to just play video games all day. You know, I work, come home. Because she's pregnant with our third, she goes to bed early, and when she goes to bed about 9 p.m., I play till 2 a.m. I sleep a little, but, you know, it's all right.
Now, you're great on both sides of the ball, but taking your game out of it, if you had to pick somebody else's offense and somebody else's defense, who would you say you'd go with?
I would definitely take Problem's defense. You know, this guy, he just gets stops more than anybody else. You know, he's the guy who wants to be on defense last drive. I'm opposite. But if I had to pick someone's offense, that one's tough. I would probably say Skimbo or Boogs, even though I think their offense is terrible personally. It gives everybody else problems.
What do you think is your biggest asset in your game this year?
My asset is always offense. I can move the chains. I'm very, very methodical how I move the ball. Offensively, I'm always been gifted. So for me, if I get a stop, I know I'm okay.
What would you say is the easiest way that you were able to make the transition from you playing football to now being the quarterback of your Madden team?
I mean, in Madden, you got to find a way to manipulate the game, right? It's a video game. You know, people use the word glitch or things like that. But what makes me, you know, better than the average guy is I have real football knowledge. So I bring the real football with the glitches mixed in. A lot of these good players, they only know how to glitch. So when you stop a glitch, they don't know what to do. I can then play real football if you know how to stop it.
Speaking of your real football, you realize we're here in Orlando at the Pro Bowl. We have the skills challenge and everything behind us. You know there's a loss waiting for you if you really want it.
And what?
Pick your poison.
We could do it. We could do it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Jet Steele's going to get it done out here, and hopefully he'll get it done when it comes to the tournament.
This guy is such a character, unbelievable. That was such a good interview right there, Rico. I mean, what was your takeaway from the guy after that?
I had a great time sitting down with Jet. The one thing is he knows his football and he knows his Madden. You saw he had a little bit of trouble, actually a lot of trouble with Trueboy. He made his adjustments, and now you see the guy moving the ball methodically down the field. You see him getting his stops on defense. He might have gotten his swagger back.
The kid is definitely, he has swagger. I love that comment right there. He's like, you know, who has the best offense? I don't know. They're both terrible. I love this kid. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to the second half action. Let's give it back to AJ and RG, who have the call for Trueboy and Kane's.
Thank you, Tyler. RG, I'm excited about the second half. Trueboy versus Kane's, of course. We saw a little bit of that Jet Steele personality. You know he's got the swagger, but we're seeing a lot of swagger right now from Trueboy, who is dominating in this Group C.
Yeah, Trueboy's been the story with his domination, but I want to talk about Kane's for a second. I really liked his composure in his interview with Darrelle, where he said, you know what, I could still win this game. It shows me he's still looking forward, he's still confident, and that's the mentality you need to have. Another interesting fact about Kane's is he's no stranger to adversity, AJ. This is a guy that on 2 separate occasions was 1 play away from making the live event and just fell short. And then he still fought through that adversity and was able to make it the 3rd time around. So he's no stranger to adversity.
Big run here by Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams fighting his way through the traffic into the end zone. Helicopters into the end zone for the touchdown. And Kane's is on the board. It's going to be a 12-7 ball game, RG.
We didn't have to cast this game. I would have jinxed you on the Ricky Williams call right there, but oh my goodness. And that's what I said. The keys to this game is who could get the run game going. Both of them now have gotten their superstars the ball, established the run, and have gotten big touchdowns from them. So if you're Trueboy, you need to look to answer back with your Le'Veon Bell and get points right back on the board, because Kane's just got himself a lot of momentum right there, and he could get even more if he's able to get a stop on Trueboy right here. And that's the first points that Trueboy has led up so far in the tournament. It only took 6 quarters, eh?
Trueboy kind of high steps a little bit in the end zone before he takes the touchback, starting the drive at the 25. Picks up 2 on that first run by Le'Veon Bell. So 2nd and 8 now, and only a 5-point lead.
103 yards already for Bell, and that was just the first half. So you have something that's successful. Let's see if he sticks with it or if he gets a little too pass happy. 7 for 8 too. I mean, just look at the stats all around with True, huh?
Both these guys, I've been impressed that they kind of have a similar type of game to Problem in that they run the ball well and they play great defense. And so let's see if that gets them as far, you know, in their Madden careers as it's worked out for Problem.
Yeah, and both of these guys, they're young. If they choose to, they got a long time left in these Madden careers. You got Kane's at 21 years old and Trueboy only 20 years old.
Both these guys fighting hard in this second game of Group C. However,
situation
Trueboy looking at a 4th and 7, and he is going to go for it with a 5-point lead.
This is Kane's. If you want to get the momentum back, this is how you do it. You can stand up for Chicago, Illinois right now. Illinois, if you're Kane's, you need to step up.
Russell Wilson back. He has time. Looking, he's got his man, Brandon Cook. Cooks fumbles it.
Oh, it's fumbled!
And it is picked up by none other than Deion Sanders, RG.
Look at Trueboy's face. He's in shock. But yes, things are starting now not to go your way, True, and you're going to have to fight through a little bit of adversity. And let's see if Kane can get all the momentum right back on this offensive drive. He's rolling out.
Nice little touch pass there to Randy Moss, who picks up the first down.
And then work on his tippy toes like he's Fred Flintstone, eh?
Kane's on the drive now, 24-yard line. 12-7 ball game. Plenty of time. Aaron Rodgers looking, finding Herman Moore. But he cannot hang on to it. Big hit stick there. He's only 4 for 10 passing right now.
If you just saw everything he did, if we could bring that replay up at one point, he went and guarded the corner of the end zone, came back down and saw the crossing route, and then had the stick work to blast him as soon as he caught the ball. That was amazing stick work right there by Trueboy. He did a whole lot with his user defender, eh? That's
few hot routes and man in motion is Randy Moss. Aaron Rodgers rolling right.
Missed him. Locked up.
Pump fake, throws it out of bounds to get rid of the football and not take a sack. So he's looking at a 4 for 11, passing. Both these guys have run the ball well in this game, but they just can't put it together passing the ball, except for little dink and dunk passes here and there.
Yeah, the run's really been the success right there. He had his initial read open, but he hesitated for a second. And in a game of inches, that hesitation for a second is the difference between a complete pass and a throwaway.
Jimmy Graham running the drag route. Playmakers, his wide receiver.
Good pocket presence.
On X.
Look at the pocket presence.
Plenty, and he fumbles. Finally, that pressure gets to him. Ricky Williams recovers it. It is picked up. Unbelievable. I can't believe Trueboy just recovered the ball. He can't believe it either.
Are you kidding me? 2 fumbles on 1 play. Trueboy's a savage on defense. That's insane. He manually clapped him the second time. That was insane, eh?
Somebody get these guys some gloves. We got to hang on to the football. So Trueboy, if you were somehow able to follow all that transpired in that play, has the football and he hands the ball off. He's got space with his backup running back. Finally brought down at the 5-yard line off after the long run.
Oprum. We saw him score a touchdown earlier for Trueboy. That guy's only 7 capped. They're usually just using him to tank. Trueboy's trying to get him the ball in space, and he's making plays. I might need to implement them into my game plan.
Tobin Oprum stepping in for Le'Veon Bell on that one. but Bell is back in the lineup. He will have the touchdown carry almost, just shy.
And this is big, It's 2 yards, but if you're Kane's right here, you need to hold this door. You cannot let him into this end zone, because if you can hold him to 3, you keep it at a 1-possession ball game. You need to get stingy right now if you're Kane's.
I form, handoff to Bell again, stuck behind the line of scrimmage, and brought down again at the 3-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 3, RG. He's running the ball well, but it gets a little tougher when you get within that 5-yard range.
Yeah, absolutely. It gets very stingy down here in the goal line, and Kane's is well aware that he needs to stop right here to keep himself into this game.
All the goons in the box. He hands it off to Bell on the toss, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Le'Veon Bell scoring for Trueboy there, who is going to take a 19-7 lead with the extra point.
His run game looks phenomenal, AJ. It doesn't even seem to be, who matters who's carrying the ball? It could be Bell, it could be Oprah. He's putting in work regardless. Trueboy, that's a scout. If I'm backstage and I'm, doing my scouting and I'm looking at something that I need to worry about later on in this tournament, it's finding something to make sure that I can deal with Trueboy's run game, because it looks phenomenal so far. Right, here's Kane's. He can still get himself right back into this game with a scoring drive. It's just making it pretty difficult for himself, though. Down 2 possessions.
Aaron Rodgers and Ricky Williams behind the line of scrimmage. He's got Jimmy Graham, Deion Sanders, Randy Moss. And he hands the ball off to Ricky up the middle for a gain of 4. Stopped at the 29, and
he's making a lot of audibles. You see right there. Anytime that screen comes up, you know that Kane's is changing something, making some sort of adjustment, changing the play, changing the formation, and he's been doing a lot of that. Like I like to say, doing his best Peyton Manning impression out there.
Aaron Rodgers puts Randy Moss in motion.
Not blocking anyone. The heat might get there. Yep.
The pressure does get there, but he gets the ball out in time. Completes it to Jimmy Graham, shy of the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and 2, and with that, we got to throw it to Tyler, who's got a Madden game break.
Thanks, guys. 3rd quarter action. Duby using Randall Cunningham throws a 75-yard touchdown strike to Randy Moss. Look at this one. Score is 13-16. Getting a little close, guys. Back to you.
Well, we were worried about Jet having enough points to make up for that score differential, but now he's just got to worry about holding on to that win, as Kane's completes a pass to Randy Moss for a first down.
4-1, it's really important for Jet to get that W right away and get himself right back in the position to potentially get away from this group. And even if he wasn't able to make up for the point differential, the difference between 3rd and 4th place in your group is $2,500 and 25 series points. So that's a factor as well.
Let's not forget, Jet Steele still has to play Kane's, who has looked really good on defense. And to be honest, we saw in that video where Jet was talking about his offense, but I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen a dominant offense from him yet in this Madden Bowl.
That was a little ironic how they played a video of him talking about how explosive his offense is, and then he got himself skunk shut out. But Jet fighting back, getting himself right back into the tournament.
Play action here for Rodgers as Kane's on offense. Throws it up to Jimmy Graham, almost picked off by the secondary. Trueboy knew he almost had one there with the 19-7 lead.
That's the second time in the last, few drives that I've seen Kane's hesitate on his reads. He's had people open, but he's been hesitant to hit them in that open window, which has resulted in incomplete passes and throwaways. He needs to be more precise on offense. He's calling the right plays, but he needs to execute them.
Throw it over the middle, and this time it's picked off.
Oh, that's not execution at all. That's how you get yourself executed. Oh my goodness, Trueboy just forcing turnover after turnover out here. Looking to go 3-0 in his groups like he did in the Madden Classic. This young man plays phenomenal on both sides of the ball,
There we see it, his 5th interception so far of the day here in Group C action. 1-0, looking to move to 2-0 with a win against Kane's. He has the 19-7 lead. Of course, still a full 4th quarter remaining, so plenty of time. We've seen crazier things happen. Generally, it happens with a guy who's able to throw the ball a little well, or a little better. but both of them running the ball well so far. Now we're going to take a look at this other game in progress. We've got Jet Steel with a 3-point lead over Duby. However, Duby has the football here in the fourth quarter. No
thing
timeouts.
to pay attention to. Yep, no timeouts up there. Hey, he needs to make it happen right here. He could at least tie the game.
You got to be a little afraid of throwing an interception in this situation.
Touchdown might win it!
But it's a touchdown.
And look at
He
Duby.
takes the lead. So Duby is going to take the late lead here against Jet Steel. And just like that, Jet Steel has surrendered the lead that he's had for most of the game. And he's down by 4 with only 32 seconds remaining and 1 timeout.
Duby in a battle, and that's what I tell you about these Philadelphia Madden players. Hey, they fight till the very end. There's no quitting Duby, and he's reaping the benefits of that now.
So Trueboy completes this pass to Le'Veon Bell, who is just shy of the first down, according to the marker. So he's looking at a 4th and 1.
Okay. If you're Kane,
looks like he's gonna. Yeah, it looks like an opportunity if you're Kane to make a stop.
It's exactly what it is, AJ. An opportunity. Again, I don't like how those safeties are back there, though. Hey, you need to close. I feel like you need to fill the box more on 4th and 1. You need to watch out for the run commit as well. For those that know, run commit in Madden is when you put a command into your defense and tell them to sell out for the run. He didn't do it right there.
Throwing it up, and it's intercepted. Kane has the football. Brought down at the 25.
Extremely questionable.
Scary play.
I'll tell you what happened. That was a mental chess match right there. Kane's kept the safeties back, which was an indication to Trueboy that Kane's was going to run commit. He didn't run commit. Trueboy threw the ball up blindly, thinking this guy would be wide open off the run commit. There wasn't a run commit. The defense is there. Interception. Mental chess match won by Kane's, and now he's back into this game. But he needs to put up points in a hurry. And remember, a field goal is no good here because it would still be 2 possessions. He needs to go down the field and get himself a touchdown.
So tight set here, play action, throws it up to Randy Moss. Randy Moss, he would have rather had a different animation, but he aggressive caught that one. Wide open.
Needed to hit the X button, which would have activated a rat catch for him right there, AJ. He could have caught it in stride and been to the crib and got that 6 points that he needs. But
sometimes it won't work out, though, if it's a little too deep or inaccurate. So he throws it up, comes down with the catch anyway. But he's stopped.
There it is.
Herman Moore can't get back for it. A little bit of an inaccurate pass by Aaron Rodgers. We don't see it a ton. He's got a lot of accuracy.
I'm glad he finally threw that. You see that corner strike play right there in your bottom left of your screen. That's a very popular play. What he does is he motions that receiver out, motions that corner receiver in a little bit, which gives him more area on the field to get towards the sideline. And that window has been open for him when he finds time. He's missed it several times, went to it right there, but wasn't able to execute.
So Rodgers throwing to Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders has enough for the first down as we look into this other game in progress. Jet Steel fighting for his bread right now. Throwing it up towards Randy Moss in triple coverage. He only has 6 seconds remaining, no timeouts. He needs a touchdown. This will be an intense play, I can assure you of that. Jet Steel needing a big play from one of his wide receivers right now. But you can almost guarantee, RG, that Duby is going to be in some sort of prevent defense.
Yes, absolutely. But we know Jet has that user swerve catch down the field that sometimes gets him open in space. But Duby is one of the best players in the world at defending that. Duby,
maybe he wanted a little extra space. I don't know. So he takes the penalty. No.
Oh, because
that ends it. He couldn't snap the ball in time, and Jet Steel will lose the ball game by 4 points. Tough loss for Jet Steel. We thought he might get one more shot at the end zone, but he takes the delay of game penalty, which rolls the clock, and he loses the game that way. So tough loss for Jet Steel. He starts this group 0-2 as Kane is trying to come back in this one. trying to fit one in there to Herman Moore, and Herman Moore is laid out on the attempt.
And let's talk about Trueboy's secondary again. We talked about people tank their offensive line and they load up on the skill positions. That secondary is filled with elite players in that skill position by Trueboy. So you can't really just keep testing him like that. He's got Night Train Lane out there, Mel Blount, Sean Taylor, Jalen Ramsey, Paul Krause. These are goons, AJ. These are elite secondary players that are not going to give you anything easy. But Kane doesn't want it easy, but they dropped it.
Oh my goodness, he's got to be frustrated about that one. Trueboy looks almost more frustrated, but Kane's thought he had a dot there for a touchdown, and he turns the ball over on downs. Trueboy takes over now at the 41-yard line. Big fourth down stop there by Trueboy.
Man, I wonder if Trueboy has an ebook or something I could buy, because his performance is amazing.
Handoff to Le'Veon Bell. Looked like he had space to the outside, but he cuts it back inside for a loss of 1. So at the 40-yard line, 19-7 ball game. Trueboy leading this one over Kane's. And with that, we're going to throw it over to Drea. She's got her post-game interview.
Thanks so much, AJ. W, congratulations. That big touchdown under 40 seconds was what gave you the lead and then ultimately gave you the win. What was your reaction to that?
I was very happy. I stayed in tight. I went down early. He went up 10-0, you know, so I just stuck with it, kept pounding. He went for it. He had a 4th and 11 to close the game, but he was up 3. And he was already in field goal range when he got stopped, and then he gave up the touchdown. Shout out to my man Mike Skim for the PA verticals. Yeah, Mike Skim put me on verticals, bunch, throw it out, throw it high to the wheel route. Got me a touchdown, got me to win, you know, and I'm very happy to win one more game. That's all I need.
A lot of people expected Jet to win that game. What is your reaction to that, and what's your message to the Madden community? You got the victory.
I mean, Jet's a good player, you know. I mean, they can expect what they want, but the outcome is what matters.
It's all about results. You know. Send it back to AJ.
I love the W t-shirt there that says need. That's his phrase as Trueboy breaks off another big run here, right up the middle with Le'Veon Bell into the end zone for another rushing touchdown. And just a dominating performance, one after the other here for Trueboy. He's going to take a 26-7 lead with the extra point, RG. What do you have to do to stop this guy?
Yeah, the thing is, he's mixing up the run and the pass very well. You need to get hip to his tendencies. You need to know when he wants to run the ball, and you need to come out into your run defense. I don't think you could just keep spamming this nickel blitz at him over and over again, thinking that it's going to stop both the run and the pass. You need to switch it up a little bit. Maybe go to a little bit of 4-6. Maybe get 8 into the box. You can't just let him keep running the same defense, something that he's seen that he's obviously comfortable against. You got to make adjustments like he's doing on defense. When we talked about it earlier and you looked at Trueboy's defensive play calls, he was constantly switching up his play calls. When you look at Kane's play calls, he's pretty much going back and forth between 1 or 2 plays. That's not going to cut it when you're going up against a player of Trueboy's caliber right now.
So Kane's back on offense now after the touchdown. A 19-point deficit right now for Kane's. Yeah, you're right. He's got to put some points up on the board, at least just for the sake of the score differential, which we keep talking about in these group stages. But it's so important. After this, into the final 8, you don't have to worry about it anymore. But right now, it's so critical. Just like we saw Los being sent home despite having the same record as 2 other guys in his group. Kane's taking a sack here with Aaron Rodgers. And again, that defensive pressure from Trueboy. Anyway, 3 guys with 2-1 records, and one of them had to go home based on score differential.
Every point matters in football. It's a game of inches, and now it's a game of every point matters as well. And Kane's is just, the thing is, there's times where he's calling plays and nobody's open. He's gotten people open on occasion and hasn't been able to execute. And then you mix that in with certain pass plays where there's just nobody open. Trueboy just I don't think these players look bad as much as it is that Trueboy just looks very impressive. He's by far been the most dominant player that I've seen so far in this tournament. Trueboy.
Yeah, I mean, we've had close games in every other group, and every time he plays, he's just been dominating right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm comfortable picking against him right now in this tournament until I see some sort of vulnerability, and I'm just not seeing it at all right now. Look at this.
I better hear everybody at the analyst desk picking Trueboy for his last game. If you're picking against this guy right now, you're going to be in trouble.
At this point, the only thing that could slow him down is if Rico picks him.
So if Rico, well, if I'm Duby, I got to be asking Rico to please pick Trueboy for that last game. I formation here.
Rico picked Kane. Just to be clear, for this set of games, Rico picked Kane's and Duby. So he did get the Duby. He did get the Duby pick right, but luckily Trueboy's avoided the mush.
Trueboy has avoided it so far. He's played out of the bad picks from Rico so far. Now in the victory formation with 30 seconds remaining in this game and a 19-point lead.
Boy, smart too. He'll kick this field goal, I believe. Field goal with no time left.
I don't know if I don't think he's going to. I think he's just gonna
keep it classy. We're gonna keep it classy.
Just gonna let it run out. Probably doesn't need many more points.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think that's going to come back.
28-0 win in his first game, and a 26-7 win in his second game. So that is the final in this one. You see both guys shake hands. Trueboy over Kane's. Kane's now moves to 1-1. Trueboy 2-0.
That's going to be an interesting matchup. Duby versus Trueboy is going to be awesome because Duby trying to get himself back into that 2-1 spot. Kane's also at 1-1 is going to have an insane game against.
And we could very well see a situation just like we saw yesterday where we've got 3 guys at 2-1.
Yeah,
it's potential. There's potential for that.
That's just definitely potential for that to happen, eh?
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. What do you think? What do you think the keys are going to be in this next set of games? How do you stop Trueboy when he's been so dominant so far? Do you think you can capitalize on the fact that he might be resting a little bit on his laurels and the fact that he's got so many points, he's got 2 wins?
That's a good point.
You might catch him on, catch him slacking.
That's a good point, but you don't want to count on that, right? I think if you're Duby, you really need to come out and be ready to stop the run. Bell has just been running all over the place, going bananas, doing whatever the heck he wants to do. And if you're Duby, you just can't let that be the case.
All right, with that, let's throw it to Drea. She's got Trueboy right now.
Thanks, AJ. Trueboy, phenomenal performance. RG even said that he doesn't feel comfortable picking against you at all. He doesn't see any vulnerabilities. What is it like to be in such a zone right now?
I feel good. I got lucky that last game, though. I mean, he dropped some passes, and I got some breaks. That fumble really changed the game. He had some momentum, and then that really just hurt. But yeah, that was crazy. I played pretty good, though.
Specifically offensively, your run game has been really effective. What's been the key to that?
I mean, people are just trying to blitz me and send it's like a pass type of blitz, and I can run all over it. So I mean, I'm gonna keep, if they keep giving me something, I'm gonna keep taking it. So
that's what you got to do. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's send it to Tyler and the guys.
All right, thanks, Dre. Appreciate that. I love how humble he is, and he is dominating.